Ransomware and mobile malware could be a big threat to your cybersecurity. So next time someone brings their tablet or smartphone to your office, make sure they are not bringing a virus with it. Our guest says that most data breaches are actually fairly unsophisticated, and there are several simple things small business owners can do to make sure that your web security is up to snuff. Vinny Troia is a security computer expert, and he's the CEO of his own St. Louis-based security company called Nightline Security. Great to see you.
You too, thank you.
Hey, tell me about this. If somebody brings their tablet or phone, how does that then translate into what's happening in your office?
Well, so you have a mixture of devices. You have Apple devices, you have Android devices, and the apps on the Android App Store don't have the same rigorous testing process that Apple puts them through. So it's much easier to get an app on the Android App Store. Literally, all you have to do is upload it and it's on.
Right.
And so people are creating duplicate apps, fake apps, and things with malware embedded into it. And when the devices get infected, they go to the office and then they continue to spread the malware that way.
Got it. And so you talk about having filters. This is number one thing I imagine that you need to do when you've got wireless in your company.
Right, absolutely. I mean, you really want to know what your employees are looking at anyway, and you want to block certain things. You know, there's certain websites they don't need to be going to anyway, so there's plenty of filters you can install that will kind of take that back from them.
But will that help for the wireless too? So for the guest who's coming in with their phone and connecting up?
No, that's a separate thing. I mean, for the guests, I mean, the thing you want to do is have a guest network.
Got it, okay.
So employees, obviously employees and guests need to be separated. So anything where you have critical network files, confidential files, personal employee stuff, that should absolutely be separate from anything that accepts tablets or, outside devices. So
these filters that you can install, they have a list. Those companies have a list of places that your employees shouldn't go. You don't have to tell them a list, and you don't have to be up to date on things.
Exactly, yeah, they'll do it for you.
Okay, outdated software. I think people know this, but they're just not doing anything about it.
No, this is the biggest problem, because when malware spreads, it spreads by infecting software that hasn't been updated and is outdated. So this is really the number one thing you have to do, is keep your software up to date. And it's an expensive process to go around and hire someone to update all the machines, but it just has to be done.
Yeah, and how often does it have to be done? When is something considered outdated? As soon as the new one's out?
Well, I mean, if Microsoft, for example, puts out new security fixes every Tuesday. Got to do that. I mean, you absolutely have to do that. Apple, anytime you see an update notice, you should probably update your software. More often than not, it'll be a security update. Got
it, okay. And then we talked about before having a guest network, and then be cautious about what you open via email. Again, this is something that we know, it's obvious, our employees should know about it, yet people are victim to this all the time.
Yeah, it's how malware infiltrates companies. They send out these phishing attacks to random employees. They open the attachment, and because the software such as Adobe Acrobat or maybe Adobe Flash isn't updated, the malware is able to infect the computer. I mean, it's a chain reaction.
So tell me, in the scheme of protecting yourself, how much of this is a technology solution and how much of it is just make your employees aware of things that they could be doing wrong?
Security awareness is the number one thing that's lacking right now in all companies. I mean, train your employees. At the very least, you should have some sort of security awareness training annually. A lot of companies don't do that, but they should. Teach your employees about what threats are out there. Show them, what to open, what not to open, how to do things in a safe manner. It's just not happening.
So where do I get that? So I'm a small business and I'm listening to you and I say, okay, I want to do this annually. Is there a PowerPoint or some presentation that I can download and show my employees?
I mean, there are a lot of, there are online tutorials that you can send your employees to. A lot of companies will also hire speakers to come out. That's much more engaging, and people will have a much better experience with that as well.
Got it. All right. Well, thanks so much. This is such an important topic. It's not a problem until it's a problem, and then it's a huge one. So
exactly.
Appreciate you reminding us to all pay attention to this.
Thank you.